Why don't we remove ourselves from situations and things that don't serve us? That was the conversation I had today with a very good friend. You know, you guys, I had the most intense, real conversation today with a really good friend who was just like telling me all her situation. And I finally was like, just stop. Just stop. Just stop. She was like, I go, stop. You're clearly not sick of whatever you're going through. You're clearly not sick of the situation you're in, or you would be out. And she was like, I was like, yeah, just stop. Just stop. Because here's the thing. Let's call her Mary. I said, here's the thing, Mary. The fact that you are still there, the fact that you keep like allowing these situations to happen is only for one reason. Oh, what was that? Woo, look at that. I was like, you're only allowing this stuff to happen to you for one reason. And that is, you have not learned the lesson. And she looked at me and she's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, yes, honey, you have not learned the lesson. And then I asked her, because she was telling me this is not the first time this has happened to her. And I was listening to her, and trust me, you guys, I was trying to be as patient and as calm as I could possibly be. And I was just sitting there listening to her like a good friend. And then I had it. I was like, just stop. Like, just stop. I said, listen, you have got to make a move. You have got to make a move. And she's like, I know, I keep complaining about this. And listen, I get it. There have been things in my life, and I'm sure everybody has this. There have been things in my life that I have complained and complained and complained and complained about and have done absolutely nothing to change it. I'm sure I have. I mean, actually, I know I have. So I told her, I said, listen, I'm not trying to make you wrong. I'm not trying to pass judgment at all. I'm telling you this because I really care about you. You have got to stop. And I gave her an assignment. I don't know if she's going to do it. Probably not. Okay, let's just be honest. She's probably not going to do it. And the reason why I know she's not going to do it is because I was like, look, you clearly are not moving. And she's like, I don't understand why I just can't get myself to do it. I'm like, listen, the reason why we don't move, the reason why we don't remove ourselves from situations, whether they're toxic relationships or whether they're like habits, the reason why we don't move and we don't remove ourselves from favorable things is for one reason. And that is, there is a payoff for us to stay how we are. There's a payoff. There's a payoff for you being in toxic relationships. There's a payoff for you to continue to do things that don't serve you. There is a payoff for you taking the type of actions or the lack of actions that you're taking. There's a payoff. And the pain of moving, like, in other words, I was like telling her, I'm like, look, how much has this situation cost you? And she started saying, I'm like, no, that's not what I mean. That's not what I mean. And I asked her, and I am asking you, think about something, everybody here, okay? Think about something that you wish would change. Think about something that you wish were different, whether it's a relationship, your habits, your decisions. Just think about something you wish were different, okay? Think about that. Now, let's just say that it was, I don't know. Anyway. Okay, I'm just going to tell you, okay? Because you don't know who this is. Anyway, it doesn't matter. And I asked her, I said, how much is this costing you? And she said what she said. I'm like, no, girl. And here's the thing about me, okay? If you're my friend and I really care about you, I am not going to be like, oh, it's okay. You can do it. You're fine. Hercules. I am not that friend. I'm not. Now, if I don't care about you, I'm going to listen and I'm going to be like, okay, babe, I'll pray for you. And I probably will, okay? I'll send you good blessings and I will wish you well. But that's about it. But if you are my friend, I'm going to give it to you straight. So I literally told her, just stop. And she was like, I said, okay, how much is this costing you? And she said to me, I said, well, I go, okay, let's break it down. And then I asked her, don't give me stories, give me facts. How much is this decision, she has a business, how much is this decision cost you? And she said how much it was costing her. I said, let's just say it was $10,000, okay? I said, great, $10,000. Actually, I'm gonna tell you the number. It was $30,000. $30,000. I said, okay, great. So this, you not doing anything about it, has already cost you $30,000. Fantastic. Now, let's break it down. I asked her, okay? Again, if she's my friend, I'm gonna give it to her straight. I then said to her, I said, okay, great. So now let's think about how much it has also cost you. And she looked at me and go, yes, the fact that you have been not empowered, the fact that you have been depressed, the fact that you have been holding yourself back, the fact that you have not taken action in your business, how much money have you lost? And I just sat there. I just looked at her. And I went like this. How much? She's like, well, I don't know. I'm like, okay, well, if you knew, how much would that be? Okay, you got to get it. I really love her. And I swear I was like this with her. And I just sat there and I go, how much? Just guess. She's like, I don't know, at least half. I'm like, okay, girl, seriously? Okay, stop the bullshit, okay? Really? How much business have you not gotten because you are so in your head and you are so like, oh, I just got an aha moment. Ooh, I just got an aha moment for myself. I said, how much business have you lost, have you not gotten that you would have gotten had you been in your A game? Had you been like going for it? Have you been like being who you know you are? How much business and money would you have made? And she said, at least another 30,000. I said, okay, great. So you lost 30,000 of potential income, of potential business, because you've been doing these decisions over here, which, by the way, it literally cost you, literally out of your bank account, $30,000. So you not being willing to remove yourself from situations, from circumstances, from XYZ has cost you $60,000 in 2023.
Mom.
Of course.
Mom, you eat a lot of food. There's a baby on the belly, right? You eat a lot of food.
My son wants me to have a baby. Okay, Sebastian. No baby. Close the door. No, baby. No. Okay, close the door. You guys, he keeps telling me, you're going to have a baby? I'm like, no, don't say that, Sebastian Martinez. No, this woman is done. Anyway, so back to what I was saying. So I told her, I said, it has cost you $60,000. $60,000 that could be in your bank account. And I asked her, I said, what could you have been able to do for your two kids, for your family, for your people you love, if you had $2,000, $60,000 in your account? And she just looked at me. And she didn't say anything. She's like, I don't even know. So, we took it a little further. Of course I did. Okay, remember, it's because I care about her. If I didn't care, I'd be like, girl, I wish you luck. Good luck. But no, I said, okay. And I gave her a homework assignment. You know what? I'm going to text her after this. I doubt she's going to do it. But why? Because she's still in her story. She's still in her story that for her, it's really real right now. So I then said to her, I'm like, even let me punch her a little harder. I said, okay, what are we calling her? Susie? Susie. Okay, Susie, or I don't know what I'm calling her, but let's call her Susie now. I said, Susie, okay, now, $60,000, a very tangible number that it's cost you. Now, let's dig a little further. What has this situation cost you in your body? She looked at me. I go, let me tell you something. This whole time, because we were doing a Zoom, I said, this whole time that we've been talking, your eye has been twitching like this. She's like, I'm so fucking stressed out, girl. I'm like, yeah, I know. I can tell. I go, so she's like, I'm so stressed out. I can't sleep. I have anxiety. I'm like, yeah, exactly. So this decision, because see, here's the thing, guys. Here's the thing. Maybe it's mostly women. I don't know if guys have this situation because I am not a man. I don't have a penis. Last time I checked, Karla doesn't have a penis, okay? So I don't know how men that have penises think. But I will tell you, most women, okay, that I know, including myself, a lot of the times we are more concerned about other people's well-beings. Listen, this was my whole thing for years, okay? We are more concerned about other people's feelings, other people's well-being than our own. We think more about them. I know that was my reality. Sergio would always tell me, Karla, what about us? And I'd be like, we are okay. But here's the thing, you guys. Nobody is more important than you. Nobody. So I asked her, how has this cost you in your health? She's like, I can't sleep. I have anxiety. I feel so depressed. And she started listing all these things. And I said, okay, and I don't wish you bad, but if we continue down this path, your health will be affected. She's like, it's already affected. I'm like, well, it's going to get worse if you don't do something. Now, you guys might be thinking like, shit, Karla, you are so harsh. Listen, sometimes you gotta slap people around. I wish people would do that to me. I honestly only have a handful of people that speak truth to me, that can honestly say, wake up. I literally went like this to her. Wake up. Wake up. Susie. I literally did that to her. She was like, I said, stop. You've got to stop. Because if you keep going this way, if you keep going this direction, it's only going to get worse. I said, let's keep going. So then I punched her a little again. I said, okay, great. Let's talk about, so we went through the whole thing that's cost her in her body. I said, okay, let's take it another step further. How much has this cost you with your spirit, with your peace of mind, with your spirituality, with your connection to God and with yourself? She just looked at me and she told me, right? I'm not gonna go through the whole story. And then I said, okay, great. Let's take it a little further. And then I punched again. I said, how much has this cost you in your relationships? In your relationships with men, in relationships with your friends, in relationship with your family, in relationship with your customers? How much has this cost you with your relationships? And she told me everything. Now, while that might not be a quantifiable number, like $60,000, okay, I told her, what have you not done? What have you not experienced? What have you missed out on because of this situation? And she told me, she's like, I don't really talk to my friends. I don't really go out. So I don't date. So I don't do this. And she's just been home depressed. And listen, here's the thing, okay? I'm going to tell you. I have been there. More than one occasion. I have been there. If you go back to some lives I shared with them and I shared with her, I said, and she was telling me, she's like, I'm just so embarrassed, and I said, you don't have to be embarrassed. This happens to everybody. Just nobody talks about it. Nobody shares how I was the poster child for a while of my business, but I was eating macaroni and cheese. I was scraping pennies to eat 99-cent tacos from Taco Bell. Nobody talks about that stuff because everybody's so ashamed. I have no shame that I have had a lot of downs because I'm proud of myself for coming back up. But I get it. When you're in the pit, you don't know how the hell to get out of it. And I told her, and I said, I am here and I'm trying to be a really good friend by waking you up, telling you to stop, telling you to wake up. How I wish other people would do for me. I wish I had somebody that would tell me, ja, Karla, ja. But nobody does. I shouldn't say that. I have a handful of people, right? And I appreciate that, because if somebody really loves you, they're going to tell you the truth. But here's the reason why people don't tell you the truth. Because you might be on here thinking, I wish. No, you don't. No, you don't. Because you can't take it. Most human beings cannot take to hear the truth, including me. We can't take it. Now, here's the difference. Okay, some of us, and I am one of them, appreciate when somebody speaks truth to me. I appreciate when somebody gives it to me straight. I don't like it, but rarely do I get defensive. Today I was on a coaching call and Garrett said something and I was like, oh, I just took it. I went like this. It didn't feel good. It didn't feel good for him to call me out. It didn't feel good that he told me the things I'm doing wrong. It didn't feel good that he said what he saw in me that I need to fix, correct. It didn't feel good. But only that will allow you to grow. Only those things that has you realize, hey, you know what? I need to pivot. Only then, otherwise you keep doing the same shit over. We keep doing the same shit over and over and over and over again. Yes, we choose to remove ourselves. And here's the thing, right? Unless you have, number one, people around you that love you enough to tell you the truth. But here's the other thing. A lot of you have trained, I'm saying you because that's not me. A lot of you have trained people to walk on freaking eggshells around you. You have literally trained people to be afraid of speaking truth to you. You have trained your significant other, your children, or whoever to watch what they say to you, because you might get your feelings hurt, or you might be upset, or you might get defensive and you will bark back. I'm not saying I don't bark back when my husband tells me the truth. I'm like, wah, wah, wah. But for the most part, I take it. I don't like it. It doesn't feel good. But only then do I realize, okay, you know what? I need to change some things. So I invite every single one of us to do this. If you are in a situation where you're like, shit, man, I know I have more inside of me. I know I have what it takes to change my life. I know that I deserve more. And I know that I'm capable of more. If you have that inside of you, okay, I'm here to remind you that you need to wake up and unleash. You need to wake up and unleash that woman you have inside of you. And I know I have tools, I have strategies that I'm going to be putting together a small group for women, okay? And we're going to be going through, most likely it's going to be a 90-day course where we're going to go through how to wake up and unleash that woman that we have inside of us. If you're an entrepreneur woman and you have kids, whether you're married or not married, if you're married, that's a whole nother dynamic, right? But if you're a mother, if you're an entrepreneur woman and you have children, I am telling you, I see you. I know how hard it is. And a lot of the times we don't know where to freaking run. And that's what was happening with my friend. I was like, she is not capable at this moment, because of the story she's telling in her head, to remove herself from the situation that she's in. And I'm trying to send her like a rope to pull her out. And the rope is there. But if she's not willing to grab it, she's going to stay there until she's ready to grab that rope, and we will pull her out. So if that's you, if you're like, gosh, Karla, literally that's how I feel. I know that I'm in a situation, whether it's in my relationships or whether it's in my business or whatever, that you feel so stuck, right? And that you're fuck, man, I know I have more inside of me. I know I can do more. I'm gonna ask. Reach out to me. Be part of this group that I'm creating, that we're gonna have weekly calls, okay? We're gonna have software. We're gonna have tools. We're gonna have an app, and we're gonna have strategies that are gonna allow you to learn how to get yourself out of whatever the heck we are in. And I'm telling you that because I have been there one too many times. And I'm not ashamed of it. I'm actually really freaking proud of myself for being in the pit and coming right out of it. Okay, now I wasn't like right out of it. It was like I was in the pit sometimes for years. One time I was in the pit for 5 years. But I had nobody showing me. I had no tools. I had no strategies. I had no support system to say, hey, here's the rope. Pull yourself out. And then I'm going to show you how to have a system to get yourself to the next peak. I had nobody. I wish I had this when I was in that pit. So if you're an entrepreneur woman, or if you're somebody that you have achieved success, because here's the thing, when you've achieved success, you already know you have it inside of you. You know what you're capable of. If that's you, I'm going to invite you. Reach out to me. Be part of this group. We're going to do weekly calls, like I said. We're going to have a system, strategies, software, an app, okay? And more than anything, we're going to have a really powerful support system to support us in the next 90 days, okay? To help us wake up and unleash the woman that we know we are. So I wanted to share that story with you guys because I know that she's not alone, because I've been there one too many times. And how I wish somebody would just give it to me straight. Now let me tell you something. I can take it. And I know a couple of women, I know she could take it. That's why I told her, I was like, stop it. Just stop. She was like, because I knew she could take it. She's a strong businesswoman who has created a lot. She just happens to be in a little funk. We've all been there. And if you're there, or you feel like you're heading that direction, let's talk. Reach out to me. Let's be part of this mastermind group that I'm going to be creating. And let's have a fabulous year. Let's wake that woman up that I know that you are. And let's unleash her into the powerful woman that you know you could be this year in 2024. It's costing you a lot of money. It's costing her it cost her $60,000 in 2023. And I told her, you don't change, it's going to cost you that and a whole lot more in 2024. So if you're tired of having yourself not play to your full potential, reach out. We have software, we have systems that, we have software, we have systems that can definitely support you. All right. So I hope you found this helpful. If you did, make sure you like it. Leave me a comment. Make sure you share this with a woman that you know is going through something that you wish you could tell her, just freaking stop and wake up. Wake up, my friend. So if you have somebody like that, send this video to her. Sharing the wealth, sharing the knowledge is caring for people. And maybe you don't have the courage to tell her or him the truth. Send her the video. Maybe this will serve her or him. And if you're receiving this video because somebody sent it to you, it's because they love you. Because you only reach out and you only share things you love to the people you love. So if that's you, send it to somebody, leave a comment, share, make sure you like. And if you really want to take your life to another level this year, and you want to wake up and unleash that woman you have inside of you, and you want to make some serious money, some serious moves this year, 2024, let's talk. Reach out, send me a DM, and we'll definitely send you more information. All right, you guys, have a blessed day. Hello. Have a blessed day, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.